World steps up aid to disaster-stricken Japan. More than 2 weeks have passed since the 9.0 magnitude quake and catastrophic tsunami devastated northeastern Japan. According to the nation's meteorological agency, the quake was triggered by a fault line shift of up to 30 meters. As of Friday evening, March 25th, the toll of confirmed fatalities and those still unaccounted for was more than 27,000, with the extremely high number of perished forcing officials in Miyagi and Iwate prefectures to forego the custom of cremation and begin burials instead. Yet the Japanese people have to display not only stoicism but selflessness as town leaders whose own loved ones remain missing put aside their personal tragedies to help their communities, and survivors in Iwate Prefecture's Otsuchi town bravely joined together to organize with more than half their leaders missing. Despite the magnitude of these losses, as well as the ongoing nuclear crisis overshadowing the victims' plight, the Japanese government has also responded in a quick and orderly fashion in the delivery of relief that had been hampered by shortages of fuel, as well as obstructive rubble and damaged roads, has now reached many of the most desperate.
Governments, organizations, and individuals around the globe have also shared in a spirit of generosity with Japan. The King and Queen of Thailand donated some $165,000 to the Japanese Red Cross Society, while the government of Namibia has pledged $1 million in aid. A plane carrying 70 tons of relief supplies from the Netherlands, Denmark, and Lithuania reached Japan on Thursday, with the government of the Netherlands having previously donated €1 million to the Japanese Red Cross Society. Celebrities are also lending a hand, as in the U.S., 20 National Basketball Association or NBA players donate funds for every point they score during professional games to supply medical assistance to the nonprofit Direct Relief International. A group of top musical entertainers, including Justin Bieber, Madonna, U2, Keith Urban, Bruno Mars, and many others, released the compilation album Songs for Japan on Friday, with proceeds going to the Japanese Red Cross Society. Dozens of Hong Kong singers and actors, including international action movie star Jackie Chan, are also performing in a 3-hour charity concert on April 1st.
In addition, efforts on behalf of animals are also being carried out to help victims and reunite pets with their human caregivers. Groups such as the Humane Society International and International Fund for Animal Welfare have mobilized rescuers, while 3 no-kill shelter groups, Animal Friends Niigata, Japan Cat Network, and Heart Tokushima, formed the Japan Earthquake Animal Rescue and Support Coalition to collect funds for animal rescue efforts. Other endeavors include the rescue of a finless porpoise who had been washed 2 kilometers inland into a flooded rice paddy near Sendai, with animal shelter owner Ryo Taira helping bring the distressed mammal back to the sea. Mr. Taira has also been taking in stray dogs and offering free care for pets whose human companions cannot look after them under the circumstances.
Amidst these ongoing humanitarian initiatives, selfless efforts are also being conducted at the troubled Fukushima Daiichi nuclear power plant as workers still struggle to get the situation under control. On Saturday, fresh water instead of seawater was injected into the number 2 reactor, an operation that Japan's Nuclear Safety Agency said had helped to stabilize the situation at the number 1 reactor, and which was also used at number 3 on Friday. 8 radioactive substances have been found in water at the plant after 2 workers were hospitalized from exposure after wading into water containing radiation levels 10,000 times higher than normal at reactor number 3. The plant's operator, Tokyo Electric Power Company, has also announced the presence of highly contaminated water in reactor number 1, with other efforts that have also been hindered by damaged equipment. The contaminated liquid must first be removed for workers to safely return and continue striving to restore power to the reactors, a step considered crucial for the plant's cooling systems and for preventing massive radiation leaks. Since the quake-tsunami disaster, 17 plant workers have been exposed to radiation over 100 millisieverts, which is normally the maximum level allowed for annual exposure.
Amid fears of spreading radiation, 2 Japanese citizens traveling to China, both of whom live more than 200 kilometers from Fukushima, were taken to a hospital after they were found to have high levels of radiation and were released later in reportedly good condition. In addition, Japan's Nuclear Safety Agency on Saturday reported radioactive iodine levels that soared 1,250 times higher than the legal limit in the seawater 330 meters south of the plant. On Saturday, over 200,000 protesters across Germany gathered in the major cities of Berlin, Hamburg, Cologne, and Munich for marches against nuclear power plants in what was called the nation's biggest anti-nuclear demonstration. Also that day, Singapore extended its ban to food imported from all 7 prefectures of the Kanto region after radioactive contaminants were detected in additional produce coming from the disaster-hit nation.
Our thankfulness for the benevolence of all governments, organizations, and individuals whose thoughtful assistance is bringing comfort and aid to the Japanese people. Our prayers for the resilient response of all the disaster-stricken residents and for the protection of all endangered by radiation, as humanity strives to prevent such distressing calamities through our gentler, eco-balancing ways.
Supreme Master Ching Hai wants to convey this message of gratitude to all governments, organizations, and relief workers from every corner of the world. Thank you all the international and national help that brings care and necessities to afflicted victims. Thank you all the relief workers for taking time and forsaking your own comfort, even traveling great distance on unfavorable roads and conditions to bring love and assistance to people in time of need. May heaven bless you abundantly for your generosity and noble sacrifice.